Yeah, there's like
They're all
3
different
different
ones,
lines,
yeah.
which is cool.
You're live.
Are we live? Are we here?
We are
Are you
live.
there? Good morning.
Look alive. That's what I said. They were like, well, what are we not doing?
Yeah, what have you
We
missed?
must look dead.
No.
I knew I
One
should
day
have put
one
makeup
day.
on.
That's
No.
not
No.
that.
Well, good morning, everyone. Let's see if we're
Man, we see for broadcasting.
all right. I got the camera.
There's nobody's on yet, so we'll just wait a second.
Okay.
My cute little apron looks good.
No, it's
I have
very
a great
cool.
idea for the, and you have the salvage still on it.
I left it on there.
Yeah.
So you can
Thought it was
tell
cool.
us, yeah. So you can tell what fabric it was.
Hmm.
How perfect
Yeah.
for the new fabric that we're going to show in just a minute.
Is it reversible?
Not yet. What I did do is I just turned it so I have secret pockets on the inside.
Oh, so you shortened the apron?
I just
I
folded it
up,
under
yeah,
because I wear shorts,
yeah.
and then it looks really weird if you have an apron on
Wait, short-
and you can't see.
Ooh,
It doesn't look like you can't see anything. I realized this at a couple of the last quilt shows. I'm walking around, it looks like I'm got no pants on.
Yeah.
I'm like, I swear,
That'd be
pants
bad.
be very bad for everybody. All righty, let's see here.
That's weird. Are we on Facebook?
Still nobody?
Yeah, we're on Facebook.
Nobody's
2
there?
people are on.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, Linda.
That's all that matters. Let me see.
Linda, hope you're getting some rest for the quilt show. Whoop whoop.
Is Linda working at the quilt
She's
shop?
going to come help us. Absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, now everybody's popping on. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Linda. Monday after the shop hop. So I'm wondering if everybody's like whooped.
Well, they should be in their bed to be able to pull it up.
That's no excuse.
No,
Actually, this is the best time. You're in bed, just pop us on. Good morning, Mary. Yeah, I'll mention that in just a second, Tony. We'll wait for a few more folks to join us, and then we'll start rocking. You know it. Excited to be there with you. Awesome.
So are you guys really exhausted after the shop hop? I know every time I came in,
Yeah.
you were really busy.
I am.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was great. Like we had a little lull. Friday actually was the slowest day, I think, of the whole week. So that kind of allowed us to recoup a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But just back to back, and you're in that sort of like go mode,
Mm-hmm.
shop hop mode.
Yeah.
It's mentally and physically
Exhausting.
tiring. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The first Saturday was insane. It was
Yeah, it
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody came out, and thank you to anybody that stopped by and supported us and had fun with us for the shop hop. It was great. First one of 2024. Woo, woo.
So Tony, did
Barbara
you work?
said hi on YouTube, just saying.
Hi, Barbara on YouTube.
Okay. Did you work every day during the shop hop?
Almost. I think we both took
2 days off.
Tuesday,
Yep. I
and then you had Thursday, or I don't know.
no, I had Wednesday or Thursday off.
Good morning, Ellen. So, all right,
Someone loves your apron. I don't know who it is.
we're gonna. Somebody loves my apron. Good morning, Lynn. Well, thank you. I made it myself.
Yesterday.
I'm very proud.
Yeah,
Me and
no.
Casper made it.
Oh.
He helped
A
me
memory
sew the straight lines, and
Uh-huh.
the straight lines.
Uh-huh. Very good.
Using white thread on white is always smart.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
So, can't see my imperfections. All right, so let's jump in because we got all sorts of fun stuff. Like and share the show, the event, the thing, because it helps people, unlike yourselves who are here, find us. It does wonders. The Facebook algorithms work really, really well when you hit the little heart and the like down below to your right. And then also, if you just simply share it with a friend, share it with a group that is interested in sewing, quilting, anything, local businesses, something fun to do, retired folks looking for something to do in Palm Coast. You name it. It helps a lot. So we appreciate it. Good morning, Cindy. Okay, shop hop ended. It was amazing. Thank you again for everybody that came and joined us. We got another one coming. Not that long, not that far away. The books are here. They are flying off the shelf, just FYI. I do not know how many we have left. I know that the stacks are dwindling quickly. So if you have not had a chance to get your All Florida Shop Hop, I recommend, All Florida Shop Hop magazine /passport. I recommend that you do so. It's actually a great magazine. I've had a lot of people come in saying they were reading it and the patterns were good. What I think is cool, even if you're not necessarily doing the shop hop, or especially if you're not doing all 75, at least it gives you kind of a list of the new shops, the active shops.
Right.
Yeah,
I
like a
think that's-
directory.
I think that's very valuable for that.
Yeah. You know, a lot of shops have closed. We said this a couple times, but a lot of shops have opened. Lots of new shops, which is really awesome for the industry.
Yeah.
So all Florida Shop Hop in stock. You can go to cutupandsew.com, grab it, or we would prefer come in and see us. Friendly reminder. I'm just going to go down my list. I'm prepared, y'all. Look at this. I got notes.
This is a day.
Go grab your
I know.
lottery ticket.
That's amazing. Okay, all Florida Shop Hop, check. So, and we were talking about it earlier. We will be at the Villages Market, I think is what it's called. Isn't that the official name? Which is their vendor show, market show in the Villages this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Come see us if you're going to be there. The store will be open regular hours. So if you're not going to be in the Villages, come harass the ladies here.
Come love on the ladies.
Come love on the ladies here. Good morning, Louise. Good morning, Debbie. The Villages, we have not done that show, and I'm excited because it's a lot of new eyes and a lot of new people. So I look forward to being able to just go and introduce ourselves. I think that's the name of the game for us. This is what Cut Up and Sew has to offer, and this is what we're doing in the future, which is a lot. We got a lot planned. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Can you tell that the year started off like with a serious momentum?
It did. You're right.
Like a rocket ship.
Mhm.
I'm excited. We're not going to slow down either. Project Linus is this Saturday.
No.
That's wrong. Is next. It's the 27th. Yeah,
Okay.
I got a note. It's the 27th. So
So
project.
this is not the 27th?
No,
Oh, thank
which is
goodness.
crazy. I know. I'm like, slow down. I don't need to rush the month, right? It is not this Saturday. The Saturday we will be at the Villages, like I just said. It is on the 27th of January. And I'm excited. Project Linus will be our, well, we love Project Linus. We're always a drop-off center, but it's our first sewing for charity party of the new year. So if you want to donate time, that's all we want. That's all we ask. Come in and hang out with us and let's make some quilts for some good. Project Linus is an awesome organization and we love supporting it.
It is this Saturday.
What is it?
It is this Saturday.
It's this Saturday?
Saturday. It's 27th, right?
No, what's today?
It was today, the 22nd.
Goodness gracious.
So now I'm depressed again.
No, hold on. Is the quilt show the 24th and 25th?
Which one?
We're figuring this out. We're not going to go forward until we figure this out. Who's got a calendar? I've got a phone in front of me.
That's a good thing.
This is the Villages and Project Linus Social.
All on one day. So you're going to miss Project Linus.
Someone didn't plan. Well, hold on. I thought the Villages was the 24th and the 25th. I guess it's the 25th, 26th, and 27th.
You mean it's in the middle of the week or this?
No, it's Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
And
So
okay, so
25th,
Project
I
Linus
think,
is
is
this
Thursday.
Saturday. All right. Ignore everything I said. Well, don't ignore. I was
Can we
right the
start
first
all
time.
over?
Yeah. Cut. Take two. So this Saturday, if it's the 27th, it is Project Linus. I think it says it's the
So
27th.
just get out your calendars, go to 27th and put down Project Linus.
I'm just confused about the quilt show now, but
Me too.
I know I got a U-Haul pack or U-Haul rented, and we're gonna pack, and so we're gonna be in two places at once this Saturday.
We didn't miss it last week.
There'll be plenty of people here. So this Saturday is the 27th, and so that is our first Sewing for Charity party. Awesome! Oh boy, my brain just like melted
Me too.
live on in front of everybody. We're gonna recoup though. Yes, it's this Saturday. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Dana. Well, and also Dana, my apologies. I'm not gonna be here. Sad face. I love being here for that. I know we just talked to her. But Dana, I didn't forget. All people ask, what do we bring for the Sewing for Charity parties? For the Project Linus, all you need to bring is yourself and then your machine if you would like to sew on your machine. If you do bring your machine, bring a walking foot. It will make sewing and finishing the projects much easier. Dana asked me to mention that. So a lot of people ask, what do I need to bring? Literally, that's it. We do have some machines for you. I don't know how many walking feet we can scrounge up. So if you have an extra walking foot, feel free to bring it in. We have some machines you are more than welcome to use. Most people bring their own because they're comfortable. So just throw your walking foot in there with it. It'll make doing the quilts easier.
Okay.
So Project Linus this Saturday, the 27th. Also, we're going to be in the Villages.
I checked the Villages schedule to make sure that we.
Is that right? Okay, cool.
So we're good.
Woof. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Michelle. You just missed a total meltdown, but we're back on track. We figured it out. So I'm excited for all of those things. Saturday's going to be a great day in the villages and at Cut Up and Sew.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bring your walking foot. Check. Note. New fabric. Well, you know what? So much new fabric that I couldn't show it all. So I'll start with what's behind us and what I'm wearing. Actually, I'll hold this up so you can see. This is quite possibly my favorite fabric of the year. I know the year's early, but I think it's going to be. Of all last year and this year. Does it show okay on the camera?
It's really pretty.
So people see this and they go, oh, this is gorgeous. We just brought it out, I think Friday or Saturday. People are saying skirts. Technically, I've seen the samples and they used it for border print. That's really big border print. It's really wide. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. And so I made an apron out of it. Ooh. And this, I hope the camera can see. It probably doesn't do it justice, but maybe it'll pick it up enough. Is incredible. And we've got some plans for it, but I am really dying to see what other people make with this because it is so artsy, so unique, so me. Yeah, I guess so. So weird. No, but it's just rich and funky and vibrant. Yeah. And I love that it's got the reflection of the cityscape, but it's digital. It's not just a standard, realistic print. What word did I use? It's very surrealistic. Surreal, you know what I mean? So I love this. It's absolutely amazing. It's Hoffman. And I'm just stoked. I cannot wait to see what kind of stuff we can make. And also I'm curious to see what people.
She says move the coffee mug. You can see what's behind it.
My baby lock water mug?
Louise wanted to see it.
Sorry, Louise. Say, get out of the way, Josh.
It's really amazing.
It really is awesome. It's called Concrete Jungle, which I mean is so perfect because it's like polar opposites and they come together. Especially with this one and the one on behind Joann, so on the outsides. It is running yardage. It's not a panel. It's running yardage, which is really neat. But they've essentially taken this beautiful, soft floral, flower prints and then smacked like black and white animals into the middle of it. And it just makes really wild.
I kept seeing the giraffe, which I love, but there's a monkey or a chimpanzee. There's another giraffe. There's
penguins or something.
A zebra. Lots of birds.
This bird is, if you look at the colors of the wings, it's absolutely stunning. So imagine cutting collage quilting with this.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't want to say that because I thought, he's not going to like the fact that I want to cut it all up.
Oh, no. We immediately were like, we have to chop it up. It's almost, I can see doing a print and then, doing like, if it's a border, and then we talked about it, cutting out the fabric and having it cross over. So you don't have the square. So it crosses over the border, Oh, yeah. My mind just started racing because of the things that you could do with this. It's really cool. Concrete Jungle. I wasn't sure how people were going to react, but I tell you, we sold a bunch on Saturday. So I love that you guys like what we like. Good morning, Nancy. Move the coffee. Louise, did you get to see it okay?
Yes.
Okay. I can't live without my coffee. That was my water mug that was in the way. My apologies. For this, awesome, Tris. All right. And then also, not quite as funky, but equally unique. And I think this is cool. This is a Riley Blake collection. Yeah, let's see which one works better. But one, is it too close on this camera or?
No, that's perfect. Actually.
Does that look better?
I can see the detail.
Awesome.
And then these are kind of neat fabrics because if you like to fussy cut, there's a lot of, these little designs for the flowers. There's a lot of room around them. It's easy to fussy cut around them, make them the center of, or, do whatever you want to do with them. But yeah. Yeah.
And I love that the background is kind of a little bit digital, or it's just kind of, I don't know how to describe that, but I love that it's not bold. It's very, very cool. I love this line and these colors, again, it's kind of a traditional print.
Yeah.
But non-traditional colors. So, and I love that.
And texture.
Yeah, the texture. That's what it is. That's the background. The texture is really nice. So I love this. These 3 came in, and this actually is a part of that collection as well, just to kind of break it up. This one here, which is nice. Not quite as exciting, but still you kind of need that if you're going to mix it with this. Now,
this does not go to that. Is that correct?
correct. But what's funny is they were next to each other on the shelf, and Tony goes, you must have had, how'd you say it? Subconsciously, I picked something that was this very similar colors and kind of style as far as the purple and pinks. But it's, you know what it is for me? It's the colors that I wouldn't put together that look awesome together. I think that's why I like Tulip Pink so much. When she started doing, or I don't know if she started it, but when I started noticing it, the orange and the pink together.
Who knew?
Well, this is Anne-Marie Horner.
Oh, I know. Yeah, but I remember, I don't remember years ago when I saw Tula's whatever collection, I said, orange and pink, that looks amazing together. And I never would have put those colors together. And then that just started, I don't know, the spiral of, yeah. So this is Anne-Marie Horner. I absolutely love her stuff. And we have not done super well with her prints here. And I think same thing with this type of stuff. People saw it and they go, actually, Mary, we talked about it. That's gorgeous. I have no idea what to do with it. And I think that's where people struggle with some of the prints that we pick out, or technically I'll take the blame that I pick out. But so we're going to try really hard to give you inspiration, give you ideas, and make more samples with those things.
Good idea.
Because, and I say this all the time, and people tell me, and I take it as a huge compliment, that this shop takes them out of their comfort zone. In fact, we talked about it a lot on Saturday, and I love that. And this is Northcott. Feel that?
Nice.
Yeah, totally different. Again, not at all the same collection, but funky.
Those cranes in there?
Yeah, is this Anne-Marie Horner as well?
No, this is Northcott. I forget the name. Water's Edge.
Yeah.
These 2 here are part of a collection. And there are more in this collection that we have, and there are more in the Anne-Marie Horner. I just grabbed these 4.
White backs in the Anne-Marie Horner too. So those roses, we have a couple white backs
that are really cool. Yeah.
Perfect.
You know, I love the colors together again. And yes, I have lots of purples and turquoise. In fact, when we did the color theory class, in fact, in your Friday class, you probably talk about it. I don't love yellows and greens and oranges. I need to go grab a yellow and green and make something with it and force myself to get away from the turquoise, purple world, you know? And I'm sure I'll find a combination that I'll love. Okay, that's some of the new fabric. There is so much new fabric. We have, I think, 6 new lines came in. We're going to try our best to start. We have a lot going on, but start really sharing the new collections and photos and on posts with you guys. In fact, Tony, mental note, we got to do it. It's easy. We'll just snap a picture and share it if we have to. Because there's so much coming in that it's hard to share it all. And we can't do it all here on Monday. Because we'll be here for
another line.
We've got some nice panels. Big old flamingo, big old manatee. Florida shop pop fabric. Thank you. I should have mentioned that. We were talking about it. Is in. I know a bunch of people wanted to take it home during this shop hop that just ended. Unfortunately, you can pre-order it still. We do have some left. It's going pretty fast. I'll be honest with you. But you cannot pick it up until March 1st. Those are the rules, and we play by the rules.
Good.
We don't like it, but we do it. So Florida Shop Hop fabric is in and available. You just have to pre-order it. I was going to talk about signing up early for classes, but I think we'll just mention that towards the end after we segue into what you guys have going on. Do not forget, we've been talking about it every Saturday, and we did it for the first time this past Saturday, study hall. It's our new kind of Facebook Live. It was fun, actually, because we could focus only on classes.
Right.
You know, we try not to be here for an hour every Monday, and so we don't get to talk about classes enough. I just kind of rattle them off. So study hall is literally nothing but classes. We're going to start hopefully bringing educators, teachers in so they can talk about their classes. By the way, we're going to invite you.
Thank
Clear your Saturday. But I just have to keep mentioning this because it's such an awesome opportunity that we have, and it is starting to fill up quick. After our very first study hall, they started filling up quicker than we expected. So Nina Klottfelter, four classes or 3 days of Nina. This is going to be awesome. Beginner free motion quilting, beginner ruler work, and thread painting, and then an all about thread education lecture. Awesome stuff. Nina will actually be at the Daytona show, and so we'll make sure that we go live with her there, if not at least one time before. So I just really want you guys to hear from Nina because she is so passionate about it that she tells it better than we can.
Awesome.
But it is on a domestic machine. Somebody did mention, is it, can we for long arms? And it's not. It's for your domestic sit down portable machine.
It'd be hard to bring a long arm in here.
I know. Well, right. Well, they didn't know if it was hands-on, like a hands-on long arm class. So nope, we're not doing the hands-on long arm just yet. We haven't figured out how to make these walls bigger. We're working on it, but one day. So that's exciting. It is March 21st, 2nd, and 23rd. So you have some time, but just like all the other classes, sign up early because they are filling up very, very fast. And don't forget, put your name on the wait list if it is full, but you still want to take it.
Okay. Awesome.
I think that's it.
That's all. That's it. You're done.
Well,
What about that?
I figured, well, that's for you. That's for them. That's for this. I did my homework.
Oh, okay.
You guys told me to bring some stuff in, so I did.
Okay.
Oh, this is just the fabric that I'm wearing that I already
No,
showed.
I was looking at your girl.
We will show my girl in just a moment because she's unfinished. UFO.
UFO. Okay, so today we're talking about UFOs, and we've all got them, and they're a problem to say the least. And so Tony, after I finish, is going to give you some encouragement on getting things done. But I want to talk about just how do you decide? Because sometimes those UFOs, they sit in our closet, they sit on the table, they sit all over the place. They take up, not only do they take up physical space, but they take up mental space. So, either you feel guilty about it or you just don't know what to do with it or whatever. And I think that there's some basic questions you can ask yourself when you look at something, because quite honestly, sometimes you just need to get rid of it and get it out of your sewing room, get it out of your mind, and just move on to something else. But other things you want to keep. So,
By the way, not to cut you off, does everybody know what UFO stands for? What a UFO is? We shouldn't assume.
That's right. So those UFOs are unfinished projects. You can also call them WIPs, which is works in progress. I prefer to call them works in progress because I figure they're going to keep being worked on.
Eventually they're going to get done.
Eventually they'll get done. But, and the other thing, a lot of times I call mine quilts in timeout, because they're a quilt that I've gotten to the point of I just don't know what to do next. I like it. I don't want to give it up, but I don't know what to do. So those are the quilts that are in timeout while I think about them. So anyway, the questions that you can ask yourself are, do I love this quilt? So for example, I have 29 blocks that look like this. And I can't see any camera, so I don't know if this
Looks great.
Okay.
You're good.
So I have 29 blocks that look like this. They're all a little different, but they're all the same shape, but they're all different. They were all hand appliqued, and I worked really hard on these, but I don't know what to do next with it. So this is a quilt in timeout. And, but it is something that I would like to finish because I do love this quilt. So I will keep it and keep it in its box and keep thinking about how I can do the sashing to make this quilt come together and make it really special. So that's a timeout quilt, and I do love it. So I would keep that quilt. Now, does it serve a purpose? Does whatever you're looking at serve a purpose? And if you don't love it and it doesn't really serve a purpose, maybe you might want to put that in the I'm not sure what to do with this, or put it in the I'm going to get rid of it pile.
The donation pile.
The donation pile. Those are important. Next question is, does it challenge me? So for example, this quilt challenges me. It makes me really think about what I'm going to do next and how I can make that special. So it is a challenge, and I like that challenge. I want to be challenged by the quilts that I make. So this is a yes on a couple of my questions there. Next question is, who is it for? So sometimes those quilts are actually for somebody. Somebody recently brought me a quilt to be quilted that she made 40 years ago for her son.
Ooh.
And she, so it's for somebody. She has a connection with this quilt, and there's a sentiment there. And she had just kind of put it away, didn't really know what to do with it. And when I told her that I did, one of the things that I did was quilting, she asked if I would quilt this quilt for her. And because she would still like to be able to give it to her son. And I said, okay. So there's a sentimental thing. And even if it's 40 years and sitting in hiding, you can still finish that.
That's cool to be able to bring that back to life, though.
Yes, it is. It is a fun thing to do. Then you want to ask yourself, how much time are you going to invest in making that come together? And the other one is how much money. So did I bring it? I have this little quilt here. And this is one of those little quilts that falls into the sentimental category. It was a quilt that I took a class for. It was the very first time where, even though I was in a class, I looked at the design and I thought, I don't like that design. So I changed it. The teacher wasn't very happy with me, but who cares? And so it has sat in a box for probably 10 or 15 years now because it's small. And so I was kind of looking at it and I thought I was going to put it in a donation pile to give away. And then I thought, I kind of like it. It's got some value to it for me. And I looked through my fabric, and even though most of this fabric is no longer on my shelf, I found some things that might go with it. And I might just put a little border around the outside with maybe some half square triangles and make it a little table topper for my table at home. I don't have to invest any money in that because trying to find these colors anyway is next to impossible. But it'll take a few hours to actually finish that. So I have to think about that. And when do I want to put that time into it? But then again, there's this quilt here.
Good morning, Debbie Daytona. And I saw some of the comments. I will respond later, or questions, or did you already answer that, Tony?
Which one?
Oh, looks like you did. You need a UFO swap. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to talk about next, I think. So anyway, this is a pattern that I had, and I took a class. Hated the class, hate the quilt. But
if you're watching and taught that class,
sorry.
Or if you love this pattern,
yeah,
I have the answer for you. Because what I decided was I am tired of looking at this quilt, and everything that you need to make this quilt is in this box, including the pattern. So I'm going to finally take this and put it in a baggie and take it to the guild and donate it to the guild. And I know that there will be somebody there who likes this fabric and will turn it into something that maybe they will love or somebody else will love.
Now they're going to be like, well, I don't want to say that in front of everybody. So they're going to be like, hey, Joann, I like that quilt.
Which is fine.
Meet me in the parking lot.
That quilt, that quilt and that teacher had a huge class. It was a big class and everybody loved it. I was the only one who didn't. So,
but that's what I love about fabric. Somebody's going to look at this and go, that's butt ugly. I don't feel that. That's not me. And that's fine. We talk about it all the time. Everybody has their own taste and flavor, but there's someone else out there that likes what you don't like and also likes what you do like.
Yeah. Jenny Joan from Missouri Star Quilt says every quilt will find a home. And it may not be in yours or anybody in your family, but it will find a home somewhere. And they will all be loved by someone. So one of the things you really want to think about when you're thinking about what you want to finish for the year, it's at the beginning of the year, I usually take a look at what I have that's unfinished and I kind of set it aside and I say, okay, what is here that I want to finish that this is the year to finish it. So I have a couple that fall into that category. And this is one of them. And this one will doesn't have that much, but there's sort of a similar thing that happens in any quilt that I don't have finished, and that's usually that it's time for the applique. and so it gets put away. So
Putting that
this
off?
is waiting for 2 borders and some applique. And this quilt was started. This is called the January quilt because it was a quilt that I did with a class. The quilt was started in 2014. It finished in January of 2015 for everybody except for me. And
That's a UFO.
so
Wow.
this is a quilt that I definitely want done because I love this quilt, and it is seeing the entire country. And now is its time to actually become a finished quilt. Then
So can we put a deadline on this?
that's Tony's job.
You're going to talk about it?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Then this is a quilt that shows you why you should not put your quilts away and let them sit in a box. Because what happened here was, this is another quilt I love. It was actually an after quilt for another quilt
This
that I
is
made
cool.
that is actually finished. And this one,
How are we holding this up?
There we go.
this one is, it's just, I really like this quilt. And I thought, okay, this is something I'm going to finish. And as I looked at it, I thought it needs one more row of stars going across the bottom. So I started looking at the fabric and seeing what I had and making sure I had enough to do that, which I'm sure I do, except the white, which incidentally, I just cut up the remainder of that white to put in another quilt.
Oh, no.
So, and that's what happens when you
Oh,
put
man.
when you put a quilt away. So now I have to figure out what I'm going to put in these spaces, which are pretty obvious, in order to finish this quilt. And so
There's got to be something that can match it. Though.
one can help hope. So anyway, that was, but the fabric's no longer made. So anyway, that's why you should just finish a quilt and kind of set a timeline for your quilt, because what happens is between the time you get to this point where it's in timeout and you put it away and you think about it, and then you get it out again, things can happen. Like you can change your sewing machine. You can change the kind of thread you use. You can change the way you sew, because as you sew, you get better and it changes how you approach something. So all these things that can happen, and they change how your quilt comes together. So it's a problem. So you want to try and get things done as quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible. I don't want to say quickly, but efficiently as far as time goes. And so that's my challenge for the year. And so anyway, those are kind of some things that I thought are good to think about. So when you look at those works in progress, think about, do I love it? Does it serve a purpose? Can it go to a donation? Can it be given to a child? Can it be given to somebody who's in hospice? You know, what kind of purpose can it serve?
What's your motivation for finishing it?
Right.
Find the motivation.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. How much time does it take to finish it up, and how much money? And, you know, once you kind of look at that list and you say, okay, you've measured the pros and cons, and that way you can figure out, what do you want to keep? What do you want to just allow yourself to let go of? And I know, you know, we all look at that fabric and think to ourselves, I spent $10 a yard on that fabric. And it's hard to let it go. It's hard to give up that. But, you know, just allow yourself some mental space for to do something that you really love. And quilting is a hobby. When you're quilting, when you're working on a quilt, you should be having a good time.
Yeah,
and
it
if
should
you're
be
not,
enjoyable.
if you're working on that quilt that I just hated, you're not having a good time. So
That's where I go. Is I get so excited about something, I start working on it until I get to a spot where I'm like, okay, I'm forcing myself to finish it, and I don't want it. Now and I make a mistake, or I do that with any kind of art. And so then I set it aside and then
it's in time
start
out.
something. Yeah, exactly. Start something else. But I usually do go, ooh, like I saw this and I go, oh, I have new ideas now though. It's fresh,
Yes.
you know?
And sometimes that's what it takes, you know. when you put the quilt in timeout and it sits there, and in the meantime, you're learning new things, you're seeing new ideas, you're coming up with
Yep.
other things, and that allows you, that expands your knowledge base so you can finish something.
Yep. Excuse the weed whacker, or no, I guess the blower outside. He'll be done in 2 seconds. Don't blow it on my car, man. Oh, oy vey. Hey, Donna from Louisville. Hope you're staying warm. You guys still have snow? And someone, let's see. Hi from South Florida. Well, hello. So the best place to donate is a guild ? Are we gonna talk about that?
Yeah, Tony has some great ideas for
Fantastic.
for donating stuff, and guilds will always take things. I was telling Tony just a few minutes ago, when I first got here, I still had fabric that I thought, why do I have this? So I put it all in a bag and took it to the guild, and within 5 minutes, it was all gone. So
Yeah.
the guilds will just, really jump on those things. So now it's Tony's turn to tell you how to. You don't want to stay up there?
You can stay up here with us.
Yeah.
And hi, Joellen. Hi, Brenda. I think a handful of people jumped on. I didn't want to interrupt Joann, but good morning to all of you. Yes, we do, but it should be gone soon. Donna. Okay. Hi, Rosa. Yeah.
Trish was shoveling snow too. She said.
Good.
So one of the goals for today is called this. We want to talk about the CEO Club. So I've had a lot of questions about it, and I haven't had a chance to.
What's a
come in.
CEO Club?
CEO Club is something we're doing in the cutting crew. So you have to join our Facebook group. It's Cut Up and Sew Crew.
The Cut Up and Sew Crew. It's our Facebook group. By the way, if you are a member of the, and I've said this like 5 times, the Palm Coast Sewing Party, that is going to go away. I think most of you have joined the Cut Up and Sew Crew. We're trying to make it as least confusing as possible. So having 2 groups, it's a little much. So we're just going to go down to the Cut Up and Sew Crew, which is the Facebook group.
Right. So in there, we're going to host our CEO crew this year. And what basically that is a way to help you be accountable to finish through some of your UFOs. So CEO stands for completely executed object. So once it's a UFO, it becomes a CEO. So it's going to graduate, and then you become the CEO of your sewing space. So you have
Love
control of your projects, sort of, and knowing what you're going on. I think the Joann was really good about talking about how to differentiate projects to go. Challenge them to bring their oldest UFOs. That's what she's.
Yeah, which ones go, which ones stay. I'm
right.
glad you brought that up. Yeah.
And we had talked about a swap. So Cindy was talking about, you needed a swap party. Well, we're actually talking about that. So we'll probably post that on a Saturday. We don't have anything going on. So I'm going to show let me show my oldest UFO. You guys yours there too?
My oldest, yeah. You guys haven't seen this one.
This one's actually done. No, it's not. It's only partially done.
It's not done.
So this is my first attempt at quilting. This is from '94. I was cross stitching and then I put them in a quilt. I self-taught, and you can tell I'm self-taught. If you look, I'm not going to show you.
Don't be one of those. Isn't this great? Look at my mistake. No, nobody's going to see it until you point it out.
So this is my oldest.
94?
94.
It's a UFO, if I've ever seen one.
30 years. Oh my gosh. That's 30 years. So, and then my next oldest is this one from 99. I was part of an online swap. And you can tell, if you know me anyway, you know this is not my style. So this is why it's not going to ever be completed. While there is some sentimental value, I would never hang this up. So this is one of those things I'll give out for a swap.
Nice. Because somebody's going to go, that's so cute. That's adorable. That's Joann's flavor, right?
Yeah. Joann likes bright stuff. And then this is my first attempt at an art quilt. I took a class from Deborah Gable
Cool.
way back in 2007. And this is my attempt to interpret movement and art. So those are
Boy, that's a hard first one.
Well, this is not first. This is after I've been quilting for about 10 years.
Well done. Wow.
Thank you.
Cool. So am I supposed to show mine now?
Yeah, show yours.
So my oldest one, which is not that old, people come in all the time and they're like, I need help with piecing. And I'm like, I've never done lines and piecing. I don't like the concept. So I took some of our fabric. And because it's the first time I've ever pieced, I was like, I shouldn't have gone this small.
Yeah.
So this is as far as I got.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
And I'm like, well, what do I do with it? I'll be honest with you. it's pretty straight. Like I'm not
It's
even
very
that mad at
good.
it. And I love this fabric, which made it to our sale fabric rack, which I'm bummed about, but
Not the tool.
not the Tula. Yeah, you're right. But you know,
That's really cool.
it's so small that I'll never do anything. For me, this was a learning
Mhm.
tool that I had. You should see it. I had my design wall and I had shapes and corners, and this is all that's left. So this one will probably just be something that I use for learning and whatever, and then it'll go to the scrap yard. This one is something. This is more kind of what I do. I just start playing, and I have no idea where I'm going. I just wanted to practice. I wanted to try thread painting, so that's what all this is, thread. I don't know if the camera can actually show that, but I didn't like her mouth, and then I started getting weird and abstract and adding things, and then I just stopped because I'm not sure what to fit. I got to the point where I was adding things I didn't want to add, and I just didn't know what to do, and so I forgot that it was here. Joann, you had actually used this for something, and I was looking at it yesterday, and I all of a sudden new ideas. So now I'm kind of excited to finish it. And then this one is something that I haven't. This isn't old. Relatively new, and I just wanted to play, and I'm going to be layering it and adding. And again, it's just I drew some flowers and then I cut out the fabric and put it on top, and then just kind of thread painted, free motioned around it. And I don't know where I'm going with this one yet. I have an idea in my head, but again, that's all I got as far as UFOs. And I will finish these two for sure because I know that I will like the end result. This, I don't know if technically it's probably not a UFO because you can't make a quilt
But you
out
use
of
it with something else.
The idea was to add, I had a bunch of these pieces. But my problem is I didn't have a pattern, and I was like, I can just create this in my head. Not that easy at all. When you're doing an art quilt, it's much easier just to play because there's no math.
Mm-hmm.
With
It's
this,
freeform,
with this, you have to fit certain shapes and sizes together. And I don't know if I'll ever do that type of traditional quilting.
Okay.
It's just not me, but at least I'm like, okay, I understand the concept and I could better help someone.
Mm-hmm. I think it's beautiful, and I love the thread painting.
Thanks. Thank you.
So back to the CEO crew. So what I have done in the group is I posted a PDF for you to list your UFOs. I need to change that. It says club and CEO crew. And what we're going to do is every month we're going to see who's participating. So what is a UFO that qualifies for this? I am not a quilt police. If you have a pattern, the fabric, and you are ready to cut it, if cutting a queen size quilt out and it makes you feel another step closer to finishing it up, then that could be a CEO that you can put in here that you've completed that process. Say if you have binding, get some quick wins in there too. If you have a quilt top that's quilted and ready to be bound, just put that on your list. So it can be something as a pot holder or something as a king size quilt top. It's whatever you deem your success, because we want you to feel successful. We're not going to sit there and say, well, you put this on the list. Why didn't you do anything about it?
And I've seen people turning them in and taking photos of it in the group already, which is great. But I love what you just said. Give yourself an easy win. Mm-hmm. But one that I can finish with some pretty quick. Put it on there so that start with a win. I
Exactly.
like that. I like that.
We want you to be successful. We want you to be in your old stuffs, because the more, like Joann said, the more you get it out of your head and out of your house, guess what? It leaves you room to buy new stuff. So that's we want you in here. So we want you to get some of the old stuff out and not have that weight on you. And if cutting a quilt top or putting a binding on, doing a pot holder for a gift makes you feel successful, that's what we want you to do. We want you to feel successful.
Yeah, that's what I love this concept. I'd never heard of this, and when
I've been doing it since 2016.
It's great. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Being held accountable, but in a fun way, like in the group sort of.
We're all going to cheer each other on, and inspire each other.
Yeah.
So if you're not there yet, that's okay. You're going to start seeing people posting their lists. So what you're going to do is you're going to print this out, fill it out, take a picture of it, and post it in the group. And that's just saying, hey, look, group, this is what I'm doing. This is my goals. And again, we're not going to hold you accountable, but we're going to offer ways for you to keep working on your projects. We're going to do some door prizes.
I'll say we can find some perks for those that are,
And then I'm going to start doing, probably start in February, a weekly or a bi-weekly challenge where I'll say on Monday, hey, have you cleaned up your sewing room this month? What, or something like that, and show a picture before and after kind of stuff. So that way you're always still being involved with your list in some way or form. So hopefully, anybody have any questions, more detailed questions about what it is?
Let us know. And if you watch this back, please still ask the question, because we see the comments and we will respond, even if it's not live.
Yeah. And then people look at this list and they say, I don't have 10 UFOs. Well, you're awesome.
Congratulations.
Lucky you.
I don't have 10 UFOs.
Well, right. Well, but I have 3.
So yeah, don't feel overwhelmed just because there's 10. If you are happy with just getting 2 done, put them on there. Again, this is going to be best however you work, however you think, however you feel successful. So don't feel overwhelmed. We have people like Tris who will do 10 in a month. So love you, Tris.
Show off.
Okay, so I have a question.
Sure.
So let's say you put 3 quilts down there,
Mhm.
and you actually get them done.
Mhm.
Can you put more quilts down there?
Yes.
How long does this go for the entire year?
No, this is for 6 months. So we'll kind of reassess in June, and just like, because by June we're like, well, we're excited now because it's the new year. So now we're thinking we can get these done.
The Christmas and July quilts start coming around.
Yeah. So, and we're going to pick up new projects. So in June, you might have picked a project in March that you bought at a shop hop. So that could be added in the list in June. So yeah, this is it's a livable document.
An
So
ongoing, yeah.
right, exactly. And if you go through all 10, print out a new one, do another one. I'm sure a lot of us have more than 10.
She said, sorry, not.
Tris.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tris is very, very, and she's not the only one there. I know lots of other people that will kind of sit there and just because they like lists, and they're checking their list off. Look what I got done.
Well, look at Janice. She shows us a new quilt like 2 days after getting the fabric.
And it's funny because I talked to Janice. She's like, I don't have 10. I said, start with one or two. It's the small steps that make you winners.
And again, for me, what I love is it's just getting you guys involved with us. And it's not that you have to be in the shop spending money. It's not about that. It's just you're a part of the crew, the cut up and sew crew, and that community that we're trying to create.
Exactly.
And so that's why I love this. Just another way for us to blab back and forth and have fun together.
Right. Well, and they get inspirations from each other. So
motivation.
You're like cheering on somebody. So like, oh, I want to be cheered on too. So then I'll post my stuff.
Someone said wine bottle bag.
Oh yeah, this would be good for a wine bottle bag.
Or make a pouch, and then someone says, "I want it, me, LOL." Tris, I don't know which one you're talking about. Probably not that. Probably something Tony did. Thank you, Dawn. That was really nice. And that is the Skyline panel, Jeannie. We do, Jeannie. We have this is called Concrete Jungle. We just got it in. Jeannie has 14 because I just finished one.
Yay, Jeannie.
Nice. You're on the road. So 13.
Yeah, I like the fact that this is encouraging. It's not the accountability so much. It's just the encouragement that you get from the shop, from the other people on the Facebook page and everything. It's just, sometimes you just need that encouragement, because it's too easy to say, I just bought that other new fabric and I'd rather be working with that.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And by the way, I don't want to skip over it for donating fabric. The question was, is the guild the best place? Possibly. I mean, we accept donation fabric. I'm sure some other shops do.
Project Linus is this Saturday.
Yeah. So we take it. Now, Rosa, you commented she makes clothes for orphans and we always need cotton fabric. She left her phone number. That's awesome. So yeah, there's plenty of places that can use the fabric.
Right.
We can find guilds if Project Linus is full, or if Ryan's Case for Smiles, or Dress a Girl, or whatever. There's tons of organizations. And so if you ever, can't find one or you need help, call us. We'll try to point you in the right direction, or call Rosa. That's awesome.
Awesome.
CEO, be the CEO of your sewing space, sewing studio. I love that.
That is a good idea. I like that.
That's great.
Sometimes I don't really feel in control.
And that's,
Well, it adds up. And truthfully, people come in all the time. Mary, she's always mad at me. She's like, why'd you get that in? Because she's like, I don't need new fabric. I've got this going on, and it's like, that's my job to make your life difficult. So if you knock some of these UFOs out, then you can get the new stuff.
That's right. You have to practice coming into a quilt store and then leaving with nothing in
blinders.
Your hands. It's an acquired talent.
Skill. Yeah, for sure. Hey, Nina, we were talking about you earlier, so welcome. No, I want that one. LOL. You talk about Trizzy, you talk about this? If you want this, it is yours. I will happily send it to you. I love the fabric. So, okay. We might have skipped something. We were on a roll there and I didn't want to interrupt anybody. I'll go back and look at the comments. If you have questions or if you even just anything you want to add, suggestions, this is it's a crew, right? So it's the same thing with all of our clubs, club mentality. We want to hear from you so that we can improve and provide and help make it more fun for everybody.
Dawn asked a question. You can answer that.
Do you ever do days where anyone can bring their machines and work on their own projects? Absolutely. Every Monday. I'm in Maryland and my shop does that 2 times a month and it really keeps me going and we help each other with any problems. That's awesome. So every single Monday is our sewing studio, and that's exactly what it is. Bring your machine, bring whatever project you're working on. The ladies that are here are honestly just kind of hanging out, sewing, helping each other. And then we are here in the shop. And so if you need help, often we're called over to help with cutting or just, somebody who's a beginner and they just want some advice. We're here for that. It's $5 and we're here all day, every Monday. Sign up because it does fill up. Yes. Thank you, Tony, for saying that.
So it's not the same people every week. It's
sometimes.
There's a handful. It's the regulars, we'll call it. The cut up and sew crew. There is space. Totally. In fact, we've tried to make the classroom a little bit larger. So there's space, but definitely sign up. Moose Haven and Orange Park. There you go. There's a spot. Many guilds have several sewing projects. And Brenda says, good morning. Good morning. So awesome. I think that's everything for now, right? Yeah, we got to open the shop Monday morning.
That's right.
We got to clean the classroom for the sewing studio.
That's right.
So awesome.